Hey, what's going on, man? Goose here, and got a video for you as the Saints as they fall to the Chiefs last night, which really shouldn't surprise anybody. But they lost 26-13, and the Saints offense just keeps getting worse and worse and worse every week. As Derek Carr only throws for like 160 yards, something like that, and of course he gets hurt in the game because our offensive line is horrible, and we can't run the ball. Saints all of a sudden just cannot run the football, mainly because our offensive line stinks, and we're very limited at running backs. We got Alvin Kamara, and that's about it. I mean, Jamal Williams is basically unplayable for some reason. Kendre Miller, the guy just doesn't think this. The guy's been hurt ever since we drafted him. He's been a wasted draft pick. So in all, it was just a dismal performance by the Saints yesterday. Opening drive, we had a good thing going, and then Derek Carr he gets pressured, just throws the ball up in the air like a punt, gets picked off. Of course, the Chiefs go down, score a touchdown, and that was all she wrote. I mean, that was all she wrote. Anyway, man, but yeah, I mean, no, we made Travis Kelce was struggling. Wasn't he struggling going into this game? And he had like 9 catches. He looked like just like Travis Kelce always does. And Juju Smith-Schuster had a big game. He had a long catch where was it? I think it was a honey badger fell down. And just the Saints just keep. I mean, they just sometimes their defense plays really well, and then they just give up a big play. Jalen Saunders did have that interception in the end zone, which I'm sorry, Kalen Saunders, excuse me. It was Kalen Saunders that that had the interception. So, just look. I was cautiously optimistic after the Dallas game that the Saints maybe had found something with Clint Kubiak and all that. But then the Eagles game came and they lost, which they weren't going to go undefeated. But then they lost to the Falcons. The way they lost to the Falcons, where the Falcons never scored an offensive touchdown, they still won the football game. Now they got to go on the road and face the defending champion Chiefs, and some Saints fans are like, "Oh, we're going to win this game. Oh, we're going to win this game." Yeah, I know. I said, watch the Saints win. I know I said, watch the Saints win this game. Because it was like something the Saints would do. But I really deep down, I knew the Saints really didn't have much of a prayer in this game. Now they got to go play Tampa Bay next week at home, and even if we had Derek Carr next Sunday, I mean, our chances of beating Tampa Bay are very, very slim. It's because we can't run the football. We can't block. You can't do it. Unless the Saints all of a sudden start learning how to block and run the football, they're not going to win many football games this year. It just is what it is. I mean, they are what we thought they were going to be, around a 500 football team, and they're going to struggle to get to they're going to struggle to get the 9 wins. They're going to struggle to get the 9 wins. They are. They played Denver coming up. Denver's playing much, much better. That was a game that I thought the Saints had a really good chance of winning at home, but Denver's played much, much better. They're on the up and up. Saints on the down and down. And they still have Dennis Allen as a coach. And I saw the Jets fired their coach after a 2-3 start. The Saints would never ever do that. They would never do that. Mickey Loomis would never fire Dennis Allen during the season, unless they go lose like 10 games in a row. Then maybe they'll pull the trigger. But congratulations to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are they're just a good football team. They've been a good football team for how many years now. So it's always tough to play. Always tough to play in Arrowhead, win in Arrowhead. Saints were going to have to play pretty much a perfect game, which majority of the Saints fans knew that wasn't going to happen. Injuries aren't an excuse, but even if we had all our players, he probably still wouldn't have won that football game. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So congrats, Kansas City. Saints got to play Tampa coming up. I know Tampa. They're in New Orleans right now because they got out of Dodge because the hurricane's coming. But so they'll be in town all week, and they'll get their practices in, and they'll be good to go this Sunday. They won't be worried about They won't be worried about the hurricane. That's not going to be a factor in the game this Sunday. They're professionals. So anyway, have a good one, and go Saints, I guess. Whatever, man.